raping the hill. Yeah, sustainability, folks. And making way for condos no one can afford to buy.
Yeah, sustainability. It's what's for dinner.
Sustainability. Fake environmentalism.
Yeah. How
Guilt-free environmentalism for corporations.
Yeah, what is all this? Yeah. Yeah, the great green myth. Yeah. Yes, folks, we are here to rip the lid off of it.
The Abbey of the Lemur.
any standard, but at which point you say, nobody can live in this house anymore?
We
The city of Fayetteville, I'm not aware of anything that we can go and say, you're going to have to move out of this house. But I know I do have people that are in houses, and I really try to, that aren't interested in my program, and they're just happy in their little house with the roof falling in, you know.
We will continue to do what we have been doing. We have a new library, a $27 million library that's being built that's going to really stimulate the southern part of town. The new Walgreens down there, the new Mill District at the intersection of 6th Street and 71, which is going to be a big help down there. The trail system that's already being connected up. We've seen mobile home parks torn down and some very nice residential areas be built right there where those old mobile homes were. We're seeing Walker Park increased with use because we're making it a better park. We keep adding to it. Senior Center to help the seniors really have a nice place to stay and to recreate down there in South Fayetteville. We've put trails around Walker Park. We're seeing College Avenue refurbished with green space and trees when we see new development come in. We've seen as you've all seen, the intersection of Yale and School is being refurbished. It's going to be beautiful when it's done. I don't have to think about what would I do if. We're doing it today. It's just going to take a while to get it solved, to get it finished. But the problem is when we start really bringing those things up, we get into gentrification.
I thought this would be an important thing to show everybody. And here it is. Yeah. All these trailer parks taken down. Folks given a month to pack up their stuff and leave. So Lindsay can build some shitty houses. Look at all the way it's overgrown. You know, weeds piling up. Wonder if anyone's calling code compliance on Lindsay. I bet they aren't. How about it, Lindsay? Anyone calling code compliance on you? Well,
I hope to God nobody ever kicked us out of our house.
Yeah.
Home.
Isn't that nice? Yeah. Because everyone knows that people who live in trailers aren't real people. And they don't look good in campaign commercials. We've seen mobile home parks torn down and some very nice residential areas be built right there where those old mobile homes were. But now they can erect all these unaffordable houses and bring in the right kind of people. Good going, Fayetteville. Yeah, chintzy suburban tracks. Made out of ticky-tacky shit.
For $200,000.
For $200,000. Thanks, Lindsay. Thanks, Fayetteville.
And let us point out, a lot of people confuse criticism with unpatriotism. And the thing is,
lack of patriotism.
Yeah.
Something to that effect.
Something to that effect, Anna. But when you love something, you want the best for it. Yeah. And this city has great potential, but nobody seems to recognize that has any power. They want it to be the next Bentonville. But we're better than that. We have a lot of great people in this city. And this city has a lot of great shit about it that it just seems like the city itself does not always recognize. There are some people who do.
Hang on. I want to draw your attention.
Okay, babe.
Hang on, it's fuzzy. Quote the Raven, nevermore. Yeah, there we go. Lindsay sign. Weeds. Overgrowth.
Open house unless you're like, live in a trailer.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're poor, you're screwed. Good going, Fayetteville.
Abbey and the Lemur, motherfuckers. We're the new Fayetteville. We're the fucking parental advisory. Sorry, we're real. Look at this, son. It's upside down. I don't give a fuck. I wear a crown. Oh, I ain't got that shirt on. And I'm drunk. So fuck you anyways, Dan Cody, Fayetteville Police, Arkansas Razorbacks. You make our parking bad.
Well, it's 2009. Some of you may have seen the earlier clips that we showed from our sister show, Intellectual Property. And as we promised quite a while ago, here's the continuation on Abbey of the Lemur. Like I said, it's 2009, and much of what we were harping about has kind of gone down in record, pretty much. You know what we said, you know what our attitudes were. Dan Cootie's out of office, and off doing his thing around, I'm sure he has quite a bit left to offer the world in other places. But we have a few axes to grind, and a few of these segments were taped earlier, and we just wanted to kind of put a good capper on what we started talking about before. So, without further ado, roll that beautiful bean footage.
Symbol of the Cooney administration's commitment to the environment right there. Yeah, it doesn't matter how many people get thrown out of their homes for development and everything. Oh, we've done up a cell tower to look like a tree. That's fucking splendid. You love. Yeah. Isn't that progressive? Isn't that sustainable? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I'm not sure, after all this time, I don't know, I've seen enough condescending, hypocritical activist types to put me off my lunch forever. But as such, I don't know if I even know what a good liberal is, I'm not sure how to define that. I don't know, I'm pretty sure I'm not sure what a good liberal is or what a good liberal does. I'm pretty sure I know what they don't do. They don't put aesthetics over human beings or what happens to human beings. I don't know. They don't. They certainly don't dump a bunch of poor people out of their homes or for development. They certainly don't flip out when fairly poor, powerless people who work in factories and retail, housewives, students, have the audacity to do a public access show and They don't get their buddies in the newspaper to do highly organized hack jobs on said factory workers, retail workers, housewives, students, and what have you. They don't send their buddies in the newspapers out to do more hack jobs and try to criminally prosecute some of these people when they have the audacity to point out these people's hubris. I don't think. They don't send their newspaper buddies to do hack jobs on parents and teachers, community activists who might be concerned about their neighborhoods or the neighborhood schools. But, you know, hey, that's just me.
Abbey and the Lemurs!
I guess my wish for Fayetteville, my hope for the future of Fayetteville, and, you know, I mean, politics are politics. Yeah, I'm usually going to disagree with what most politicians are trying to push, and everyone's got their interests and everyone's got their motivations, and you know, I mean, try to broaden the city's tax base is not necessarily a bad goal, but my hope for the future of Fayetteville is more transparency in government, less arrogance and hubris. You know, don't insult my intelligence by wearing a red bandana in fake solidarity with blue-collar workers and then go around bashing unions. You know, less Gestapo tactics. You know, what with your buddies in the newspapers and your buddies in code compliance and whatever else, you know. I guess maybe my hope for Fayetteville is in the future, yeah, there will be more transparency in government, but, you know, more so than that. Maybe just an overall concern with what happens to people over, say, the property values. I guess that would be my wish.
Lemur.
I'm probably a little tired of me proselytizing and whatnot. So, what do you say we get on with just more good-timey, fun, hard partying, smash it up stuff, huh? Okay, here you go. Have fun. Catch you later.
Took a little time, but I didn't get nowhere. Took a little time, but I never made it there. Had a little time, but I didn't say I love you. Had a little time, but I blew it in the air. It took a little time to make a telephone call and touch 10 little digits that I couldn't even see, cause my eyes are like raindrops melting down a Tinseltown fantasy love. Took a little time, but I didn't get nowhere. Took a little time, but I never made it there. Had a little time, but I didn't say I love you. Had a little time, but I blew it in the air. It took a little pill to put the world in perspective in a ping pong pictogram swimming in my mind, but I never made it home. Drowning in your belly button fantasy love. Took a little time, but I didn't get nowhere. Took a little time, but I never made it there. Had a little time, but I didn't say I love you. Had a little time, but I blew it in the air. Now wait a minute. I never figured out just how to say I love you. Did you really have to leave me for it? Oh, the night you left. For the first time in 5 years I whimpered when you walked down the stairs. I cried like a kid with a skull in his bed when you slammed the screen door. And I howled at the wind as it pushed your tail lights across the mountain. But now I stand here in a basement full of people who know what I'm talking about or don't. Because each of them, at some point in their lives, has said nothing when they could have said yes. So now, together, with one voice, we will sing to ensure that never again will fear interfere with the happiness that God, whatever it may look like, must surely demand of us. Audience, are you with me? Yeah! Everybody say, took! Took a little tick tick-tock.
Took a little tick-tock.
Took a little time.
Took a little time.
Took a little time, but I didn't get nowhere.
Took a little time, but I didn't get nowhere.
Took a little time, but I never made it there.
Took a little time, but I never made it there.
I have a little time, now I'm gonna say I love you.
Have a little time, so I'm gonna say I love you.
I have a little time, now I'm gonna say I care.
Have a little time, now I'm gonna say I care.
Now kiss someone, you have to kiss someone now.
Technical terminology.
So I picked up the stray end of an umbilical cord the other day and commenced to suck for all I was worth. I felt heavy and dosed with strange radiation, some weird gremlin energy or Saturn exploding. I didn't ponder the source, so maybe a Nephilim or a meth whore, but probably just some run-of-the-mill street sweetie. I held on with both hands and took every bit of the odd nutrient. Pretty soon I just stretched the end over my head and began to kick and squeal, ass on the curb and dick in the dirt.
This says both sides of the fence. Playing both sides of the fence, burning bridges is a penance. Payment paid tenfold. Blazing fire till days of old. Never-ending fire for complete lack of desire. My heart stays ablaze, my mind a constant haze. Wreck my thoughts to cloud my brain. Fill my heart with overloading disdain. I won't take it anymore. I guess I'll get it from the next whore.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know. I had a star decided obviously at one time. I thought it was good.
Soft rock. Lame-ass, weak, non-threatening suburban white boy junk played by bands like Men Without Testicles. 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 Reach over here and fondle my balls. Balls. Reach over here. Balls. Reach over here. Balls. Reach over here. Reach over here. Reach over here and fondle my balls. Balls. Reach over here. Balls. Reach over here. Balls. Reach over here. Reach over here and fondle my balls. Balls. Meandering zombie noise. Busy in the basement, jacking off his dog. Busy in the basement, jacking off his dog. Lunatic. Pointless meandering zombie noise. Lunatic. Busy in the basement, jacking off his dog. Lunatic. Pointless meandering zombie noise. Lunatic. Pointless meandering zombie noise. Pointless meandering zombie noise. Fuck these new age techno dicks. Whatever happened to music with testicles? my testicles. Fondle my balls. Testicles, balls, balls. Music with testicles.
Lemur.